Hello traders, welcome to the channel. For today I want to cover some of the cryptocurrencies and update some of the charts that I shared before with you. And if you are not aware of those patterns, you can see the previous video in the link above of your in the top of your screen. So I want to update some of these patterns. Let's start with Binance coin. We are facing a previous structure support line. We have these previous lows, and if we extend this trend line support or this previous trend line support, which makes part of the previous triangle, let's say, we are now approaching these. Actually, we are nailing this trend line support. So we may face some pressure here. I will expect some sideways or some consolidation process above this trend line, but ultimately I will expect a breakout below these most recent lows. We have lows at $550 basically, but I will expect at some point the market to target the 38% Fibonacci retracement level, as I mentioned before. So this is the default level, the default Fibonacci level for let's say pressure to the upside. If the market finds support near this 38% Fibonacci level, that's a sign for potential strong momentum to the upside, basically in the direction of the previous swing high. So basically the market needs to find some support, and in order to trigger more momentum. And this is a crucial area for Binance in my point of view, because the market may also trigger a major bounce from here without achieving this 38% Fibonacci level, of course. But my expectation is to find some support at this level. So we should be paying attention to this momentum or this period of consolidation that may emerge at this point. And if somehow you are shorting the cryptocurrencies based on these patterns or based on any other methodology or motive that you had to short the markets, but if for some reason you are holding your shorts, I believe this is a crucial point to start, let's say, to partitioning your trade, to pocket some money, protect your stops, move your stops to break even, and try to avoid major reactions that puts you in a situation, uncomfortable situation. Okay, so that's my opinion. So we may enter in a period of consolidation, but we don't know what will happen next. So let's observe for now. But I think, at least in this Binance coin, I think it may be crucial to start to take some measures. So some management strategy should be put in place at this point, in my point of view. So let's move forward. Let's move to Solana, and this is another one that I called your attention for the golden Fibonacci retracement level, the 174. I called your attention for a move to the downside, and basically I also projected kind of a symmetrical pattern. So as you can see, the market nailed that symmetry. I pointed that symmetry to 122.23. Basically the market nailed that let's say that target level, and it started to bounce. So the same may happen here. We may see a period of consolidation above these lows, above this 122.23, let's see what will happen next. I may expect more downside momentum. We have patterns projected at $62. We are far away from those events to unfold. I'm not sure if I published or I shared this information with you before, but this is one of the possibilities for Solana, a deeper pullback, and we have patterns at 62.05. Basically, I will expect, if that happens, of course, and as I said, we are far away from that to happen, but I will expect something like a threat to recover this pivot zone between previous resistance and support levels. a nice pivot zone at 79.46. So basically a threat to break or to recover this pivot zone, that will depend how you see the market, but a threat to recover these levels, this pivot zone at 79.46. Many traders will position to the downside from these levels, expecting the market to sink. I will expect the market to do exactly the opposite if that happens. If the market threats these previous lows and this pivot zone, I will expect exactly the opposite, a bounce from this price zone. But as I said, we are far away from that to happen. I will update these charts if the price starts to approach those zones. But for now, we need to pay attention to the period of potential consolidation that may start to emerge here. For now, we are paying attention to the recent support level at 122.23 and a potential bounce from these levels. It's important to hold above these lows. We are talking about a potential triangle here, and if the market holds these levels, holds these supports, that may trigger more momentum to the upside in the direction of the previous swing high. Very much the same as before, a period of consolidation, and we may see this period of consolidation extending inside this triangle. Okay, nothing strange on that. We may see a larger period of consolidation inside this major triangle, and then we may expect a break to the upside. So basically, we pay attention for now to this potential period of consolidation, and the same applies here. If somehow you are shorting the market, this is the nice price zone. This is a crucial price zone, actually, in my point of view, to start partitioning and to start take some measures regarding your position management strategy. So basically, Solana, nice support level of 122.23. Let's move forward. Also another one, Cardano. I called your attention to this red triangle before, and the potential move to the downside. We have targets for this pattern at 27.91. Let's see if that happens. We are far away from that, but nice move below these actually nice breakout of the triangle. But we should also pay attention to this fractal support. Let me try to point this at basically at 40 cents, and we are now basically in a range below this support level. The same, I don't want to repeat, but the same methodology here. If somehow you short this breakout of the triangle, this is a price zone to start to take some measures and to start to partitioning your trade. Another one, Avalanche, another one with a nice flag pattern in a consolidation process. I also called your attention to the potential move to the downside. We are far away from the symmetrical projection that I showed you before, but another one that I think we should pay attention to. Pay attention also to the Fibonacci levels. We are between the golden Fibonacci and the 78.6, so basically we are very close to the 78.6% Fibonacci level. We should pay attention also to this Fibonacci potential element of support for Avalanche. Another one very similar, nice flag pattern, right shoulder for the hedging shoulders pattern formation. We have targets for that hedging shoulders pattern at $1.26, basically new lower lows for that, for basically for Polkadot. I will expect that at least a retest of the previous lows, $3.55. We have also the projection for this flag pattern at $3.80, so all pointing to these previous lows. Another one reacting after breaking this flag pattern. Now we have Chainlink, another one very interesting to follow, and for those who are learning process, I think it's one of the one of the trades or one of the suggestions that I shared before with you, that I think you should study or should take some time to study and to track the previous and historical charts and try to understand the power of the golden Fibonacci retracement level. Specifically, when you see a very clear reversal price behavior and you see a reaction from the golden Fibonacci level after finding support. So basically we have here the head and shoulders pattern, we have new fractal supports, and then we have a bounce to the golden Fibonacci level. When that happens, I always pay attention for potential reactions to the downside, and that's exactly what happens here for Chainlink. I called your attention to 1872 and the potential pullback, very similar reaction to the previous one. So basically I projected also a symmetrical pattern right there at $10.48. So we are far away from those levels, but as we can see, we are also facing the previous channel or the previous structure support level. So this may offer some pressure, and I will not be surprised to see again a period of consolidation near these levels or around these levels before achieving these $10.48, if that's the objective. Again, if somehow you shorted this golden Fibonacci level, this is a nice price zone to start partitioning your trade. Moving forward, rapid Bitcoin, not because there was a short opportunity, this is just because the markets retested the highs. I called your attention for the potential pullback. At some point we may take some risk and try to wet our feet, you know, trying to take some advantage of a retest of the highs and try to position ourselves in this momentum. But I think the real trade will happen if the price breaks below these fractal support. But this was my initial thought, and at that point we don't have these retests, and I'm calling your attention for this very short price action, this kind of a V shape inside this circle here, because this price action opens the door also for another pattern that can emerge below the support level, and again I will expect a breakout below these levels and a move towards the golden Fibonacci extension level that points to 45.97, and that points also to the midpoint of this expanding triangle consolidation period printed before. Okay, so that points to let's say a retest of this structure. So we have what we may call a bullish crab pattern that can emerge at that point. So I also want to pay attention to that pattern if the price breaks below this support. So basically I will expect a breakout of the support that opens the door for a positioning to the downside, trying to take advantage of a breakout of this major fractal support, the neckline and the neck zone for the double top. We are talking about a potential double top formation, okay? And if that breaks, that opens the door for a move to the downside, and if that happens, I will pay attention to this 45.97 bullish crab pattern formation, and that will of course opens the door for a swing or a bounce to the upside. And just to complete this sequence, I will expect of course a reaction towards the Fibonacci retracement levels. And just by curiosity, as you can see, the 38% Fibonacci retracement level, the default target for this bullish shark pattern or the bullish crab pattern, by the way, pointing to the previous fractal and the neckline of the double top. So everything makes sense, but it will make more sense if the pattern gets completed. So for now it's just speculation. I don't know if that will happen, but I will expect something to happen if that pattern is complete. Basically a bullish crab pattern at 45.97 to pay attention to. Polygon, another one already trading the default expectation based on the triangle pattern. We are also facing the previous or approaching the previous lows. Another one that I think it may be useful to start partitioning or taking some measures if somehow you took advantage of this breakout. Nothing more to say. Internet computer, another one that I called your attention for a breakout of this structure. Actually, the market not only offered you the breakout of the structure, but also a nice price zone to enter this trade. And if you go into a lower time frame, you can see a clear retest of this previous structure support level and the failure to recover, so basically offering momentum to the downside. Another one that I'm paying attention to, and basically I want to see if the price will approach these previous lows. We have patterns at $4.40, which may open the door for a major bounce if achieved. So basically another one that I want to show you the completed sequence or the full sequence at 38% Fibonacci retracement level. That's a default target for the deep crab pattern if completed at $4.40. Also pointing to previous structure support level. And to finish for today, another one very similar, Cosmos, another one breaking the flag part of the triangle consolidation pattern, already trading the default target zone for this small triangle, but also another one with a deep, actually not a deep crab pattern, but a crab pattern at $5.10. So basically the golden Fibonacci extension level. Let's see if that will happen. We are facing previous structure support at $6.16. Let's see if the market will threat the break of these lows. If that will happen, again, many traders will be eventually positioned trying to take advantage of a break of these lows. I will expect exactly the opposite, a bounce after completing that pattern, and probably hunting all those stops from those traders trying to short this momentum. That's all for today. Have a nice trading week.